Now we're live.
Are we here?
We've been rattling
my
off,
God.
talking about everybody, saying hello to everybody. now I guess we're going to have to say hello to everybody again.
All right, that was weird.
Not exactly.
Well, let's start that all over again. We just killed 6 minutes talking to ourselves.
Sorry about that, everybody. Don't know exactly what happened there.
All right, well, let's start all over again. Hi, Sue.
How you doing? And
hi, Phantima. Phantoma.
And Paragon Ranch was up there, but I don't see their comment again. They might have been whatever.
Carl.
Carl's off the grid.
And my sister that just texted me and told me we weren't online. Which is stupid because we have another computer sitting here and I didn't even realize we weren't on the other computer, and I was wondering why it was taking so long for the comments to come over to the other one. You know, we're new at this. What do you want? We don't get paid to do this stuff. Oh, wait, we do.
Adventures Jerry Lynn is here too. Hi there. Good to see you.
Well, we started out with asking people where they are and whether they've got power. How you guys doing dreaming out loud RVing? And what your temperatures were. It's 18 degrees here.
And if you had power or not, well, obviously if you're watching us, you probably have power. But we were talking about my sister not having power for the last 3 days down in Texas. And she's been dealing with a bunch of different things. So she has no heat or anything because everything in her apartment would be is electric. So she has no heat. She can't cook anything without it.
But she got her candles out and got a terracotta pot and
she's using that to heat her bedroom, is using candles in a terracotta pot. And it warmed it, kept it at 45 degrees, but it was
it kept it 45 degrees.
But she kept it there, and then she's got finally got a garage for her car out in the community. Somebody had given it up, so she got it. But the problem is that the garage door wouldn't work, and there's no door to get inside into the garage except for the garage door. So
she can't go sit in her car and stay warm because she can't get into the garage. Which is one of the reasons why we have a battery backup on our garage door.
Tom Kelter, thank you for coming in.
Welcome, welcome. So I wanted Ron to start out the show being outside and making a snow angel, but we figured he probably couldn't get up off the ground after that, so I'd be stuck here by myself.
Not a whole lot of people wanted to see an old fat guy flopping around in the snow anyway.
Hey, Rose and Alan, how are you doing tonight? RV field trip? And yeah, we know you're warm, so we don't want to hear about your stupid weather down there in Florida. You and Sue can just talk amongst yourselves for the weather. Yeah, that's one thing we liked about our house. When we had whenever the power goes off, we have a gas heater in our house, and it doesn't have forced air, so it doesn't run on any electricity. So even if the power goes out, we always have a warm house in the winter.
Dreaming Out Loud lost power for a day.
It's not too bad. Every field trip's good, except they have crummy internet.
Really, Mark, I don't think Gus wants to see a fat man rolling around in the snow for sure. He might have. I guess Gus might just want to see that, but I don't think anybody else did. You're gonna we were just trying to come up with things to get started while we were waiting for people to come in, so we're going to talk about the weather and come up with a few tips about what they have for when the power goes out.
And people were putting snow in their bathtubs to have water. Not a bad idea. I don't think Texas has that much snow though, so I think they're just kind of screwed all around down there.
we've only got a couple of foot of snow out here in the yard, so
We can send them some.
and we can send them a little bit of snow if they want it.
Yeah, I had to go out and snow blow. We have a really nice neighbor, and he was nice enough to plow out the end of our driveway and then make a path yesterday when the weather was kind of crappy out and cold. And today it got sunny and nice, and it was blue sky, so it wasn't too bad. I went out with a snow blower and cleaned up the rest of the drive, and it's a blacktop driveway, so when the sun came out, it was getting all dried out. So we're looking forward to spring. What do you guys have planned?
Anybody got any reservations or anything going on?
We've got reservations in Ohio for June. And then I've been checking out our Boondockers Welcome and our Harvest Hosts, because we're going to try to use those more than we haven't used them at all, I guess. Well, we use the Boondockers Welcome once.
Right, we use Boondockers Welcome.
What's a snowblower? Yeah, lucky you. I'll send you pictures. Swimming in our pool. All right, you people are cruel.
We could go swimming if we wanted to.
Yeah. You should take your camera outside and go out there.
But
Tom's going on a spring turkey hunt.
There you go.
When does that start? In March in your area, or is it? Because
It's May. It's May in New
here.
York. May 1st. It's for the whole month of May in June.
He's not in New York, right? Yeah. Yeah, people around here do go swimming, and they call it the Polar Bear Club.
Yeah, they cut a great big chunk of ice out of the lake, and then people run into the lake in their bathing suits and splash around in the ice cold water, and then run back up and get something alcoholic to warm them back up again.
They usually do that for. Well, it was last year when we were down at Chautauqua Lake, and they were doing that.
They were doing that. That was
the polar bear plunge, and they do a.
That was in March.
They make an ice castle. No, it was right now because it showed up on.
Oh, okay.
It showed up on the memories on Facebook. Okay. My mom's calling me. Hang on one second. Hopefully you didn't hear that. I'm expecting a delivery.
Mm-hmm.
But
want me to go and tell her everything's okay? I'll be right back. You keep them entertained for a few minutes.
You call those people crazy? Yeah, I don't know how they do that. They do them in the in Lake Erie, and they do it in it's nuts. Very cold. I mean, the water's cold in the summer. I think that the lakes only get to 60 degrees, so can't imagine what they are in the winter. But yeah, so we're finding. I've been searching out and checking out some of the Boondockers Welcome in the area, so we can head out on little weekend trips and stuff. Because I think up here, what did you have to get the cat? My mom loves this cat. This is her favorite cat. This is Tilly. Tilly loves to lay on my mom's lap, but my mom doesn't like to disrupt her and kick her off her lap when my mom has to get up and use the facilities. So she calls us and makes us come and get the cat to take her off of her.
Okay, so
the polar bear plunge here in Lake Michigan. Did you do it, Carl?
You could do it. A few people that were ice fishing a little bit early up here because they took the polar bear plunge a little bit too literal. They were cutting holes in the ice and ended up in swimming for a little bit.
Hey, Roy and Becky, how you doing? We were just talking about all the crummy weather around in the area, and we know you're not having any crummy weather because you're in Quartzsite.
Well,
baking cakes.
We could get out of the whole weather discussion, and we can probably get into the discussion about, or what we were going to discuss about the our equipment and stuff that we got for.
Okay, you talk about your equipment.
Won't take that long.
You mean the photo equipment?
Yeah. All the stuff that we use
And
for.
we started with YouTube. Yeah, we're cheap, frugal. I like to do things as economically as we can.
But we do like to have toys and always trying something different, something new.
Yeah.
Trying different things.
So when we started thinking about doing the YouTube, we used to have an old camera, a Canon aim and shoot camera that Ron had, and I had some other cheap camera, but it took awesome pictures, and I really enjoyed having basically the aim and shoot cameras. But both of those died, so we needed a new camera. So when we started thinking about doing the YouTube thing, we bought one of the Canon M50s.
Hi, James.
Hey, James Keatonese, how you doing tonight? Staying warm? So we ended up buying one of these Canon M50s, and they run about $600. And when we bought it, we bought a whole kit on, of course, Amazon. Where else do you buy anything anymore? But we bought the kit, and it came with a backpack. It came with different lenses. Can join in anytime you want. He doesn't know when.
It came in with the carrying pack, but it also came with
that.
A microphone with.
I actually like this microphone. Everybody talks about the Rhodes microphones. This one came with it. It's not a real expensive. It's a Comica, is the brand name on it. And other than being huge,
and it
had really good sound.
It has really good sound in it, but the with the dead cat on it. What I noticed a lot of times in our videos, you get the little hairs that would.
If you watch the video that I did of you in the driveway doing the CRV when we were putting on the base plate, you can see all the little tiny hairs at the edge of at the top of the screen from where it was going.
Hi on the move. Thank you for coming in. And Papa Drew's here. Mm-hmm. Hi, Papa Drew. Haven't seen you in a little while at the lives. I heard you earlier that you're getting a schoolie and you were trying to figure out what you wanted to tow behind it.
What is that thing? The microphone.
And then we went and got a smaller microphone to go on it. And
by the same brand, I didn't go with the real expensive ones. I don't know. We still haven't figured out our sound. we shot that soup video the other day, and you think everything's going fine, and then it's all of a sudden you look and something's unplugged. You test it, and it looks like it's going great, and then you realize it's not. So.
But yeah, we've been that camera we started out with, and that what we started using that in our phones.
Yeah, I just have an iPhone 7, and he's got a Galaxy 8, which also take great pictures. And
so those were what we were using for a lot of different things. But
and then we had already had a fake GoPro.
Yeah, faux pro. Was it Castle?
Asako, ASAKO was the brand name on it. And it actually takes really nice B-roll as long as you don't want any sound with it.
When we went up the Maine, and we used it during my moose hunt, and we realized that the picture on it was amazing, but the sound was terrible, absolutely terrible.
And then if you put it into the little container, the
waterproof container.
Yeah, put in the waterproof container. The camera would make it so hot that you'd get condensation, which is
because it was so cold during the morning. So you have everything in the camper, and then I'd go out and it'd be so much colder, and then that case would condensate.
Thanks, Traveling Donkeys, for coming in. RV Underways here. Hi, guys. We're just talking. We started talking about the weather, where everybody is. You guys all safe in an area where you've got heat and some sunshine, hopefully. What does it do? It's got a Chevy 4x4 flat towing. I need that as a trailer to put my off-road Can-Am in it. You're going to be pulling a lot of stuff. Cool.
Well, one thing that we did is that when we first started, the very first, before we even were on YouTube, we did that one video on the, what was it, the name of the place down there in Pennsylvania where we went.
Starts with a W.
We went down there. We did the video down there, and we just were playing around, and we were using the using the camera and tinkering with it. Our lighting was absolutely terrible, and we wanted to do a review with a campground.
Willow Bay.
That's,
I knew it would come to me.
But so we took and we went and we mounted the one little FoPro on the window, on the side window, and tried to drive around with it, and that wasn't working. And we used the phone, one of the phones, and filmed like that, and that wasn't really doing us very much good either. But we went and instead of that, we went and we got something. Would we get the dash cam, right?
Yeah, that's the same. That's the same brand of
as the FoPro was.
It's the Asako. I love this little thing.
And that it films forward and back. So that was some of the film that we got from when she took her mom up camping, and her mom was trying to put her mask on, and all of that was all with that. Looking back, and
I just love having that in the car just for security reasons. So if some idiot pulls out in front of me, it's, you can see it on.
Steve's here from my
Hey, Steve.
RV. And yeah, so we got like you said, we just keep on tinkering, and we get new things to tinker with and play with and try to get things to work out. And we're not spending an awful lot of money. I can't remember what the
that was like $69.
So and then
but I think that's worth every penny. Like I said, if keeping it in the car and it's on all the time, you can even set it up in a that when you're away from your car, if somebody bumps your car, it'll get it. It'll pick it up.
Is your sister
Although
Nancy?
they could, yeah, my sister Nancy came in.
And yeah, we did that. And
Hey, Corey and Lori.
We don't spend an awful lot of money on different things for sure, but like I said, we've got an awful lot of different things now, and probably it's like trying to make sure batteries for everything is all.
Now, if we learn to use any of them, we'll be all set.
We think that we have it all down, but every time we use something, something's wrong. The sound, we wanted to try to do sound, and so what was the next thing we got was the wireless mics.
Wireless microphones, yeah. These are nice, but
we got the wireless microphones, and they work great. But for some reason, if you've got both of them on, only one of them will work. For some reason.
There's two holes in the top of them, and one so you can put a headphone in it and you can listen to it. And for some reason, I keep plugging them into the wrong hole. So that when we were doing my brother's.
You see this wire on the mic? That's what they call a wireless mic.
Well, it's wireless, so it's not attached to the camera. So you attach one part of it to the camera, and then you attach, and then we've got a set of two of them. So now I put a little piece of tape over the top of them so I don't stick it in the wrong hole, because when we were doing my brother's that was converter, Ron and him were both mic'd up, and then Ron wasn't in the didn't want to get into the conversation.
I didn't
He
want
didn't want to be breathing on the camera. So
I didn't want to be breathing into the mic, making noise while he was trying to explain things. So I shut my mic off, but she had put or plugged the thing in the wrong hole on his mic. So that's
when
why
Ron
I had
his
to.
off,
We
lost all the sound.
We lost the audio, so I had to go and do audio over it. But like I said, we're not professionals by any means. But yeah, I see that.
We upgraded our faux pro, and we got
I see. Was it the
GoPro? What is on the screen right there?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We got the Hero 8. Is that a Hero 8? Is what it is?
Hero 8 Black.
And that's a nice.
It's a really nice camera. It's amazing that the quality that you get from that little camera. You got to be the audio
and the stabilization on it is awesome. And then we did the.
You have to be careful. This little stand or handle that comes with it opens up and is like a little tripod. But the problem is that when you're holding it, if you move your hand around, you can hear it. You can actually hear the grip. You're gripping on the handle. So that's how good the audio is from it. So, but we've done everything with underwater with it and everything else.
RV underways in Alabama. No issues with snow or power. I saw that there's a second round coming through that way. What did we get? A foot and a half? 2 feet? We got 2 feet of snow, I think, up here.
There's about 2 foot of snow in the yard. If you open up the sliding glass door to go out to the backyard, there's about 2 foot back there.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're adding to our list.
Yeah.
Hey, Millie and James. Up Bafford Homestead, they're back.
Hi there. We were saying hello to you at the beginning. We saw you. I don't know what happened with the message that you put on at the beginning, but good to see you here.
Thanks, Papa Drew. You can come here and snow blow it. Make sure you send some to Mark and Carrie because they don't know what a snow blower is. He'll have to be out there shoveling by hand.
The guy from the cable company today comes walking out, and I was out in the driveway shoveling snow in my shorts and a sweatshirt, and he's like, "What the heck are you doing?" Like, I work outside in it all day long. It's actually not that bad right now.
So what else do we? Well, our webcam. We just bought a Logitech 920.
That's what we're on right now with
that.
It
looked really good when we first signed on here, and now it's blurry again, which I don't understand because
I think it's because I keep moving forward and back, and it's trying to adjust the autofocus on it. And I got to stop moving around, I guess. But we started out using just the microphone that was with that webcam for our lives. And then
the difference between our voices were
my voice for some reason is very hard for microphones to pick up. I don't know if it's just the tone of my voice or what, and even some people have a hard time hearing me.
What's for dinner? We had soup. If you'd like the recipe, you can see it on our last video. It's pretty good.
But yeah, what was the next thing? But we got
I'm not going to pick that up because it's like a $10 microphone we got off of that plugs right into the USB on our computer, and it seems to do the job. Nothing fancy. Like I said, we're cheap. You can do it on a budget. Well, when we first started this, one of the things we had to do was we had a laptop, but it wasn't, when I started doing the editing, it wasn't keeping up with our software, and the software we use it's one of the low-end softwares that you don't need a lot of computer for. But So we had to upgrade our computer. But again, instead of buying a $1,000 gaming laptop, we just bought a $600 desktop, and it's served the purpose so far.
Oh boy. I put the cages back on this thing so that
Weren't you going to fly it in the house?
but
For our editing software, we use Filmora. I like it. It's pretty easy to use. I had no editing experience whatsoever. There was a guy on YouTube that I watched, Daniel Battelle, that did a lot of tutorial videos on Filmora. And the thing I like about Filmora, when I first bought it, I think it was $39 for a year, and I just did the year one. And when the year was up, we upgraded to the lifetime, which is, I think it's $79 for the lifetime membership. And the thing that's nice about it is that every time they make adjustments to the upgrades to the software, they let you download the new software. So it's right now you're on Filmora 10. I don't know on the Move if you're using Filmora 9 is an older version. Filmora 10 is out. And they definitely do improve it every year. Right now they just put in motion tracking. They have what they call audio ducking. So you can put your audio songs in and set it so that if somebody's talking, it lowers the volume. And then when there's nobody talking, it'll go back up, and that'll do it automatically. So that was a nice feature. And then what was the other feature they just put on there? Oh, they just added some color matching. But yeah, like I said, I like that because, upgrade. Awesome. Yeah, if you go into when you sign on to your Filmora, if you go up to the thing and see what the latest version you're using. And like I said, 10, I don't know what the 10 point whatever, every time they come out with something new, you can upgrade your software. That's what I do like about it. And so we did the last time, we just went for the $79 one and got it for a lifetime now. So Ron wants to show his new toy.
Well,
his old toy.
My new old toy. About a year ago, we got this, the DJI Mavic Mini. And I spent way too much time playing with it and trying to fly it into places I probably shouldn't have been flying it and all of that kind of stuff. But I absolutely loved the thing. And we got told by the people at the state park that you're not allowed to be flying that thing in the state park unless you have a permit or have permission. And
$1 million in insurance.
So the other thing that we're doing is, like, right now we got the course. So I'm going to be getting my drone pilot license.
Sure he is.
Things have been kind of a little bit hectic and crazy the beginning of the year here, so it's been kind of put on the back burner, and I haven't been studying or anything like that for it. But we have the books and all of that kind of thing. Judy got the course for me online, and so I'm going to be taking that. I want to make sure that I got it down before I go and spend the money to go to take the test. But you pay the money to take the test. If you fail it, you have to pay the money the next time you want to take the test. So that's kind of what's going on with the drone right now. But the drone is just so much fun to fly. And
our neighbor got one. I don't know what kind he has, but I saw him crash it into the snow the other day. Went up and it went down.
But yeah, I think that, I've had more fun flying this thing than I have actually videoing with it. But like I said, I was flying it in between rocks in the state park, trying to fly it through tunnels and stuff like that. And it's not a good idea to fly it through tunnels because it went up and got stuck to the roof of the tunnel, and so I had to go and get it out of there. But it pushed off the bottom and got stuck to the top, and then you couldn't get it to go up or down. But, to make it the drone is so easy to fly. I mean, you press a button and the thing takes off and goes up to where it's 2 feet off the ground, and then you can fly it from there. You bring it back to over where you want to do it. You press a button and hold it, and it lands itself. If it's got a button to return to home, if you get it to a certain point, so that it'll go up to a set level and fly back to where it took off from. So I mean, they are really easy to fly, but they are a lot of fun. I've flown it around inside the house, and
I was making the memorial for our dog. We have the one when we first got the drone and we flew it in the house. The dog's sitting next to the drone, and the drone goes up, and the dog just kind of looks at it, and he's just kind of sitting there, and then he just gets up and walks away and just sits down over, and he's like, "Really, people?" But yeah, we can't zoom in on anything, but I didn't even know they made drones like that you could zoom in.
Yeah, we haven't. Ours is well, pretty much one of the cheapest ones, that DJI Mavic Mini, for what it, for all of the stuff that it does. And it doesn't have any of the crash avoidance stuff to it. There is an avoidance on the bottom so that you don't slap it against the ground when you're trying to land it. But there isn't anything, so that if you got to really be watching it so that you're not flying it into anything.
So the one of the other things we just bought recently, when we got some people were nice enough to pick our names in contests and send us Amazon gift cards. So we used our Amazon gift cards and we bought these cool lights. I guess they call them RGB lights. It's got the little things that I can change the color to green and blue and whatever.
You've probably noticed in a couple of our lives where
we did the funky light
blue or whatever. So
we haven't figured out exactly how to use them for the best to hear. But one of the reasons why we got this was when we did our camper reviews, the place we go to doesn't have their campers hooked up to anything, so they're really dark. And obviously our video was really dark. So these are USB lights, and so you can just plug them into a USB thing and stick them in the wall, and they've got on-off switch and then up and down, so for lighter and darker. And but we have this cool thing here, which is a neat thing too if you guys have power outages. It's a little battery pack that you can charge up, and then you just put your USB in here. So then when we go out someplace, we can take the light with us and put it wherever and just line run.
Let's go somewhere, Travels. Thank you for coming in. I haven't seen you here before.
Welcome.
Good to see you here.
So so this is two cool things. This was I forgot where we go. Oh, this was one of the things when we were doing. Yeah, when we were selling on Amazon and we were buying cheap things and then trying to resell them.
And we got that.
And we ended up with more of the stuff because it's like, oh, that's a neat thing, and we got it for really cheap, so we're going to keep that.
So we got a couple of Bluetooth speakers and stuff like that.
Like 5 of those, don't we? But yeah, these lights are cool. It came with a set of 2 lights. I think they were only $30 or something for the 2 lights, and they both came with a tripod like this. And it's the tripod is similar to the one that came with the DJI thing. If I can remember how this stupid thing goes. Oh, there it goes. It's this way.
But Yeah, yeah, Corey, I've got an Android phone that I used with my DJI Mini, and I haven't had any issues with it disconnecting at all yet. I might have to get a different cord if you think that's something that's causing issues with them. I don't want to have the
thought this was
thing.
a cool little
Take-
tripod.
I'm just talking over you.
Yeah, I know, but you're fine because I was getting it in. Yeah, RV field trip. We pretty much do that too. I mean, the other lights for our thing are just Walmart lamps. But oh wow, you guys are still in. Well, we're in New York State in the United States, and we're still in lockdown pretty much too.
But yeah, there's Let's Go Somewhere travels. That I hope you're doing okay. I mean, are you having any symptoms, or are you asymptomatic, or what? How are you doing? I hope everything's going good for you.
Absolutely fine. Only go shopping and work. That's pretty much been my life for the last year. Anyway. People are starting to get sick of it though, and not to get political, but all of a sudden our numbers are going down, but they're counting the numbers in a different way than they were 2 months ago. So that would be why the numbers are going down. But anyway, there's no symptoms. We're all very fine. Good to hear.
That's really good news.
So what's your weather like over there
Over
in the UK?
Probably not snowing. And
It's snowing and cold like
you
here.
don't have the polar vortex swinging way down into the south. But yeah, it's strange. In Texas, they've got the longest cold snap that they've had in record.
Here comes. Thought the cat was going to come join us again. She was just going to jump up on the thing. But yeah, then we were talking about. I think that was it. Is that it for our toys? Pretty much. Oh, yeah. There was one thing I wanted to. If you guys don't have one of these, we had bought this way before when we had a video camera and we were using it in the hunting blind and stuff like that. I had a tripod, and then I got this little thing for a quick release. One section of it goes onto the tripod, and then this goes onto your camera. So when you want to move your camera off your tripod, you don't have to keep unscrewing it. These things are the best thing to have a quick release to be able to move your cameras around. What do you say?
Yeah. Says it. You're her new girlfriend.
That's right. Awesome. Maybe we can, after we head to Ohio in June, we can head over your way and stay on your property for a few days. That would be awesome. So
what gear's on your wish list? Do we?
What gear?
I'm not sure.
I think right now, I think we pretty much got whatever we need.
Before we get anything else, we need to figure out exactly how to use everything that we have to its fullest. And I mean, it's a lot of fun, but she hands me that Canon M50 and my hands are big enough where
the problem with the thing is the touch screen on the back. And because I hand it to him and then he touches it and messes up. I mean, we shoot in manual. I don't shoot in any fancy settings yet. I bought a ton of books trying to learn that. That was my winter goal, but winter's slowly getting away. But I'm going to learn a little bit more to get on a manual and shoot some better pictures and stuff. But the one thing we do use too is Canva is another free program. If anybody's not familiar with that, for making thumbnails. And then there's another thing called remove.bg, which will remove backgrounds, because I don't pay for the paid version of Canva where you can get background removal. because again, I'm cheap. But the only thing with that is it's a lower resolution when they give it back to you. So if you have a high resolution picture, it's not too bad.
Before I forget, what's going on with everything is after us, Corey and Lori at Northwoods RV Life are going to be live, and they're going to be interviewing Bob from Blue Wave Odyssey.
And it's Bob's birthday.
It's Bob's birthday, so we all got to make sure that we go over and say happy birthday to Bob and watch or help support them over there.
See, I don't know. I don't know much about lenses and what's good and what's bad. I just take a camera and just shoot something and hope it turns out.
There's a lot of times our Canon M50 is a very nice camera, and we've only got the kit lens that we have with it.
Well, we have two other lenses that we got with it when we bought it originally, but they're not.
But we haven't.
Lenses.
There's a lot of times where it's like, boy, I wish we could get a picture. Zoom in on that or do whatever. But we don't have those type of lenses right now. With the M50, we can get an adapter to go on the front so that you can use any other normal Canon lens, not just the M50 lenses. So we may end up having to do that, but we still have to get better with the camera before we start doing any of that stuff. I think that Judy does a really good job of still photography. I'm not. I take a lot of pictures, but the way I end up with good pictures is I take about 5,000 pictures and I get one that's halfway decent, and I'm like, wow, look what I did. So
yeah, but that's pretty much how any photographer does. It takes, you take a million pictures and hopefully one or two of them will turn out.
I'm wanting a Sigma 16 millimeter.
Yeah, like I said, that's all Greek to me. And of course, StreamYard, we use the free version of StreamYard. We never paid for the version. I know a lot of people did because you can get the video, but now they just added that feature to the free version so you can do videos and I don't have to screen share my opening like I used to have to do. And there was one other thing I wanted to mention today too. Oh, thumbs up. There's a thing called thumbs up where you can check your thumbnail and see what it looks like on different media for people that are newer and stuff like that. That's kind of a cool thing because you can you put in your thumbnail and then it'll let you see what it'll look like on a mobile phone. It'll look on on a regular screen, on a computer, and on a TV. So that's kind of a cool thing for new people that, are working on their thumbnails. But I think that's pretty much for all we got for our
it's the stuff that we use.
Tips and tricks that we use.
Well, all the tricks and things that she uses, and I kind of come along and say, how do we do this? And she kind of has to.
The one other thing we use too is story blocks for our music but that's coming up on renewal. So I'm not sure if I'm going to renew that because we use a lot of story blocks has audio and video and pictures that you can use. Mm-hmm. And the thing I liked, it was a little more expensive. I think it was like $300 for the year. But the thing I liked about it was that anytime if there was a copyright issue with the song, even though it's copyright free, they fought it immediately, and it was within a half hour. It's pulled off the.
What we've had 3 copyright things
where they ping the
song
right away just because, and then, within a half hour they've got it cleared up for me, and I've never had to do anything for that. Plus, we've used a lot of the audio or the videos and the still pictures and stuff like that for stock photos, and.
What's the one that you were thinking about? The
Epidemic Sound is what everybody's using. It's a lot cheaper, but that's just music.
Right.
So, but people seem to have a lot better music from that. story blocks. Some of the music's good, but you have to really search for it it doesn't have a good search engine, I guess, to look up songs. Hey, Nursing Our Travel Bug, how you guys doing, Bill and Natasha?
There. I'm sorry, I get distracted. I keep on looking, and I'm still got the habit. I'm down here looking for my dog, but
you had to go there, didn't you?
If anybody watched the video, I'm sorry for being a crying fool during the beginning of that video.
But anyway,
Adventurous Jenny Lynn is taking off. Thank you for coming in. Really good to see you here. And if you get a chance, go over and watch Northwoods after we're done. So, you meet up or get to meet Bob. Bob's been a big help to a lot of people in the community.
Hey, Real Lady Electrician, thanks for coming in.
Said Judy and Ryan.
You guys use? Yeah, I started to use the YouTube music, but I don't know why. It just seemed like a pain to have to download, and then some songs you had to give credit to in your stuff, and I don't know. It just seemed like a pain in the butt to me, so I ended up paying for it. And so I haven't looked back into it since I got the other one. I just use that, copy and paste. Yeah,
it's the one thing that I've noticed a lot when we start videoing. You never really hear all the music that's around you. You start videoing thinking that nothing of it, and then the next thing you know, you're like, oh, there's music in the background, and it's kind of a strange thing that you're just not used to. You can get copyrighted for that.
Isn't that a film camera though?
Paula's camera, 35 millimeter.
Do people even use? Yeah, we got teary-eyed too. Was that the soup one?
That was.
Yes, they have an older dog too, so.
Right.
007.
Well, that's one of the names that we were people were giving us for
our cat,
for the new cat. But he ended up being Tux because he looked like he was wearing a tuxedo.
Sue just dropped the link for Northwoods for 8 o'clock for Bob's birthday celebration.
And I think we could probably start winding it down and start thanking everybody for everything that everything that they've done for us so far, and thank everybody for the kind words and the support they've given us in the last week.
Yeah, we're looking forward to the weather getting nicer. I was hoping it would come here today so I can show you. We just got our RV lock. One of our
project.
Our lock has been broken for 2 years, but it hasn't been worth replacing because we hadn't gone too many places that it mattered. So
in the windstorm, that's what.
When the winds.
In a windstorm, the wind slammed the front door on our motorhome shut. And
Ron had to crawl through the window on a picnic table and a ladder and a.
Well, we had the keys with us outside because it only makes sense to have an extra set of keys just in case something like that happens. But when it slammed, it broke something so that the deadbolt went in, but you couldn't use a key to get it unlocked.
Everybody's like, "Where's the keys? Where's the keys?" I'm like, "They're right here." They won't work.
So I had to climb through a window and get in and take the handle apart so that we could get. Of course, we were bringing my mom and dad back from Tennessee, so they were sitting outside and the storm was coming and everybody's outside.
We just about got it unlocked, got inside, settled down, and then all of a sudden the wind came in and we had the door still propped open. It's like, oh, we better close the door before we get locked inside again.
that's okay. Let's go somewhere. Travels. Thank you very much for
Thank you
coming
for coming
in.
in.
I understand how late it is over there. Thank you for staying up.
But yeah, so we got one of the key fob, the RV lock ones. It's got the key fob. Those things are expensive.
Yeah, it was expensive, but we got that.
We were going to just replace it with another lock, but when I started looking for just the regular locks, they were $100 just for a regular lock. So I'm like, well, we might as well spend and get what we really want, and got the one with the key fob and the digital pad and stuff like that. So I hope it works out good. But that'll be getting put on the RV.
So we'll probably have
We're
a
gonna be
video.
ripping out the couch
that.
soon as we can get to the RV, because when we were there last week, there was
a couple feet of snow.
We couldn't pull into our driveway. We had to hire somebody to go down the day before and
just open up
our driveway so we could get in that
just get
day.
into the end of it. But yeah, so that there's a lot of stuff that's coming. A lot of stuff that we're going to be.
It's 1 a.m. You came here so we could put you to sleep, right?
we have no problem with helping like that.
Steve has one. He likes it. Yeah. Yeah, that lock's been a pain since we've had that camper. I'm hoping it fits right, because I'm hoping our door isn't weird or something, that it doesn't fit right. But yeah, that's one upgrade I'm excited about. But I was hoping I was having stimulus money. That's why we went out and bought it. But now they're not giving us any stimulus money yet.
Well, they keep on saying,
keep trying to do my part to stimulate the economy. Send me more money.
And there's Sue's put the link up.
Yeah, because we started late. I'm looking at that. All right, we got 2 minutes. We're wrapping it up. I didn't realize it was. I'm looking at the other thing. It says 51 minutes because we were idiots and didn't turn on the live stream.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming in. Let's all head over to Northwoods and wish Bob a happy birthday.
Right.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye now.